Hello everyone, it's System, and this is Rustic Waters. Hope everyone is well, having an amazing day. I myself, truly fantastic, really good day. And I guess in between episodes, I was a little sick, so wasn't feeling very good. Had like a really scratchy throat, I was coughing a lot. Couldn't record, man, so yeah, I'm back at it now, and we're gonna push forward and just do the progress. In between episodes, I did a lot of crafting though. So I did like this entire quest line down here. I basically just need to grab this key now, so we're gonna have another hub key. Then I guess we were like here, so I did these 5 quests, then I did these 6 quests. So it looks like I did a lot of stuff, but it was really just crafting with Ember stuff, basically. So a lot of carbonite, a little bit of copper, some gold, some iron, fair amount of steel, and just getting it all done. I didn't want this to be like entirely a crafting episode, so I just went ahead and did it. So I'll kind of show the recipes as we're building it. But we're going to set up some things here. This one here, I wasn't sure what the quest was for. It's for a setup for mechanical power, and I think I actually have the item here. Yeah, it gives you a little image of it here, right here. So this is like some weird kind of setup that what you do. This is actually magnetic raft. It doesn't actually tell you that, so it was a little confusing. I had to go ahead and go into creative and see how this thing works. But basically this is a steam engine, this is gear, and this little rod here, the axle, spins and then gives this power and powers the machine. Basically powers this Ember bore, which is kind of like a void miner in this pack. It's been changed. So usually it just pulls Ember. This one, it pulls up other stuff as well. So like ores. But none of it is needed. So you can pretty much ignore this part all over here because I'm not going to be doing it. It just seems like big, tedious, and not needed. I'm just going to use the old setup with just using coal to power this thing because I think that's all that we need. And this seems like a whole lot of tedium. Because this still takes charcoal and water, so what I mean? So it's still going to take the fuel and end up doing the same thing. It may work a little faster, but I'm just not interested in it because we're going to be getting into power pretty soon anyway, so we really don't need to. And we already get Ember for free from the as long as I have the strainers working. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do a few setups. We're going to set up the Ember bore for our void miner. We're going to set up this reservoir, which is basically just a big giant tank. And then we have a machine to set up from, what is this one called? The Ember Ore Factory. So we go to, how do we do that? Let's go to Ember Ore, hunt that down. It's like, it's from this mod. It's called Modular Machinery. And basically it's custom multi-blocks that mod pack devs can design to make them do things. And what this does is going to do all our sluicing for us, I think. So that's going to be pretty cool as well. So I think I have all the stuff we need. So I'm going to gather up some things. And we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. And okay, the first thing we're doing here is go ahead and set up the Ember bore. So this is a recipe for it. Not too hard. Just some of that carbonite, some steel drills, some of these winding gears, but we got 6 of those early on as a reward. And then you're also going to need a mechanical core. So I have one of them. Just take some steel and some iron, I think. Yeah, not even a big deal. So I got that done. And then I guess we need a couple levers, some kind of piping. So I grabbed a item extractor. These things are a little painful to make just because they're expensive for no apparent reason. And then some item pipes. So I think that's everything. And then a couple chests. Yeah. And then some charcoal just as fuel for it. So I went ahead and dug a little room. Just a little tiny small room actually. Down by bedrock. Which we're going to head down to right now. And just put some ladders down to kind of stop the water. So I can just kind of go up and down there. Kind of a temporary setup. Until I have a faster way to get up and down here. But anyway, let's do that. I forgot to hold shift, but not a big deal. Anyway, the room is right down here. Not very far. So this machine needs to be near bedrock to work properly. So yeah, we have this little tiny room here for now. I'll be able to move this. No problem at all whatsoever if we need to. Although I don't think this thing's going to get used, for the entire pack or anything. It's just a way to get, a little bit of extra resources without having to mine for them, basically. So that is pretty cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and grab you. And then pop that down. We're going to place it directly on bedrock. And it's going to build this little multi-block for us. And I can actually show you that a little better because you can't see the full thing when it's like that. It basically looks like this. It basically has these little grinders on the bottom that actually animate when they're running. But the closer it is to the bedrock, from my understanding, the better it works. So I'm going to put it right on the bedrock floor. And then throw this mechanical core on top. So the whole point of this core is, well, this is a input and output for the machine. So we need to input fuel, then export all the stuff that is going to come out of the machine, right, out of the bore. But we can't do that because we don't have any kind of piping right now. that can do input and input and export on the same kind of channel. So we need this here to make it so we basically just have more sides to access the input and output. So that's the whole point of that thing there. And this thing is super easy to set up at this point. So let's just get it done. Maybe I'll do it back here just so it's a little out of the way. Let's do something like this here. Sweet. Get you out of here. That's cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab 2 chests there, 2 chests there. That'll give us 2 spaces, right? Good. So one of them I want to be able to basically pull the charcoal from this one and pull it into the machine. So for that one, I'm just going to throw a item extractor here. Then I just need a item pipe after that, and that'll handle that. On this side, I'm going to want to pull the items that come out of this. It's actually going to produce ores, like I said. So we're going to need a item extractor on this one, and then a pipe pointing into the chest. Now, all we need to do to get this working now, it's actually super simple at this point, is throw a lever on the extractor. It doesn't have to be this lever either. These ones were just a reward, these Camonite ones. But they do have to go onto the actual extractor. But basically, I should just have to turn on the lever. It's going to start making a whole lot of rocket. Then turn on this one. And every once in a while, we should get an ore. I think the mechanical power setup gets the ores faster. But I honestly don't care, because I'm just going to leave this running anyway. And we're probably going to make a chunk loader in a bit. And then, yeah, just kind of let this thing run nonstop. So ores are starting to come into the actual chest from the Ember board. So it actually is working. It's doing its stuff. We don't need that mechanical power, like I said. That is why I'm kind of bypassing it. So I'm going to go ahead and make one more thing for the setup. We're probably going to go ahead and set up a weirding gadget. It is a weird gadget, but it's not really that weird. Basically what it does is chunk loads. And just keeps it so that chunk is always running. And that machine, even if I'm not around there, will just keep working, right? So that's kind of the idea. So it is a pretty easy recipe, and it was actually in the quest line. So we're going to go ahead and grab everything we need here. We need some signalium and some bronze. I think I already made the bronze too. Yeah, we got 30 of it. Let's grab you and the signalium right there. Don't think we made bronze yet either, I guess, together. So how do I do bronze? It is copper and iron, is it? Let's go to check out bronze here. There. No, it's copper and tin. 3 to 1. So anyway, pretty cool. Got that done. We'll need 6 of those plates. So let's go ahead and pop them in there. And then finally, we'll have our where to get it. So this thing is super easy to set up. So we'll just run down to the actual area that I want chunk loaded. I think it'll do the whole chunk from up here. But I'm just going to set it up down here anyway. Don't think it matters. I forget the range on this thing, and I can't remember if this one in particular actually has like range settings. But I guess it doesn't matter that much. There is a quest for it. We'll be able to grab the quest at some point. But I'll be able to just leave these in places that I want to make sure just stay chunk loaded. So for sure, this chunk will always stay loaded, and I don't have to worry about this anymore. It'll just always be running no matter what. So it looks like it wasn't running when I was up there, which is a little odd. Anyway, don't have to worry about it too much. It'll keep going now, and we don't have to worry about that anymore. So next thing we're going to set up here is going to be this here. It's going to be the reservoir. This is going to be basically a giant tank just to hold a whole bunch of seawater that we're going to need for the upgraded sluice, which is the other multi-block we're going to do in a couple minutes here. But we need a definite source of water to kind of get that done first. So what we're going to do is set this up really easy. So we're going to go ahead and grab the reservoir. When you pop that down, this is going to make a platform. If you can't actually hold water by itself, it's actually like a multi-block that has like several parts. So I had to make 2 of these rings. Each one of these rings, you kind of just pop them down there. We'll make it so it's going to hold 250 more buckets of water. And we can actually bring that up too. It made me make 2 for the quest. And then it made me make this as well. So the Camonite valve, which isn't a big deal. So I just pop that down. I believe this is where we pump the water in and out. So this is the basic setup. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump down here. Probably grab a water pump, the one we got early in the pack. I just lost a piece of prismarine. Let's do that. Then we're going to need some of our piping. So the piping we're going to use is going to be the fluid extractors and then some of the actual fluid pipes. And then we just pull that water, so up from here, right? So we just go up here, probably up this way, probably up there. And all we have to do now is give this power and that power, I guess with, just redstone power, right? So we should just have to take a lever, maybe pop that there, and that should start working. I think I saw a flick of water there. I need some kind of placement block. Do I have anything here? I don't have any way to check the tank just automatically right now. We need to make a fluid gauge, I think is what it's called. What are they called? Is it gauge? No, it's not that one. A fluid dial. If I make a fluid dial, I think if I can put the dial right on the valve, it'll tell me how much fluid is in it at any given time. Oh, that isn't working. Well, that isn't working. Okay, so I thought it was working. It's definitely not, though. Is this not rotating? Give me that. So that is working there. Maybe I have to do the lever directly on the extractor. We'll see if it powers the block below it, though, because I may just need a second lever. But if so, that's not a big issue. It's actually pretty minor. Anyway, let's test it out here. Let's do that. There you go. And then put that right on that and try that. So now that's probably on and that's probably off. Okay, so let's go make another lever. So I'm not sure if this is working. Let's go ahead and check it again. We should be able to maybe just jump up here, right? Check that out. And there we go. We actually got liquid in here now. And I have two levers there kind of powering that pipe, but it doesn't seem to be affecting it. So I have one directly on it, and this one's just powering this block to power the actual water pump. And it doesn't seem to care. So it's actually working. It's doing its thing. And that thing in time should just fill up with water. I just don't know how much it's going to hold. So it's like I said, it's 250 buckets per ring. But I don't know if this valve, like the level for the valve, adds another 250 or not. So maybe like 750 buckets of liquid. So pretty cool, pretty awesome, but pretty much done there. And I guess the last thing we need to do, I guess from all my pre-crafting, I should grab all my quests too, because I just haven't been grabbing them. Got a trash void. This thing's actually going to be really useful. I'm a big fan of trash voids. These things are awesome. So if I didn't want something like this here, I could just go ahead and just say goodbye, right? So bam, don't have to worry about it anymore. But a lot of times you end up with junk you just don't need, so that is a good reward. And then nether furnace. This thing isn't very good at all, but I had to go back and grab netherrack in the nether to be able to make that. But just some potions, night vision, swim speed. This one is a lava tank, free lava. I'll take that for sure. Let's grab you. Once we'll see what else we're gonna get here. I totally forgot we had all these things. Remote lever binds this to a lever in the world. Shift click to activate it remotely. Oh, you just do like a wireless redstone lever. That's actually kind of neat. The blueprint for the Ember ore factory. We'll have to get that. $5. Rewards aren't that great, but they're stuff. Hot drinks. We don't get cold anymore, really. The steam engine, which is one of the things we actually needed for that setup. So we have that. And then a treasure chest. So we'll check that in a second. And we also got a Ember receptor, which is something we need anyway, I think, for the next setup. Although I may already have one. But anyway, let's check this out real quick. See if we got anything good. Oh, we got some more money, man. Just money out the butt. And okay, let's go set up the Ember ore factory, which should be pretty easy. But we'll try it out here. I've never used this thing before. I guess I wouldn't have. I mean, this is a custom machine for the pack. I have used modular machines, but this machine was made by the pack dev. You can kind of look at it here too, so it's kind of easy to look at. You can kind of like click this button, and it'll show you by layer. So this is the bottom layer we need to kind of build out right there. That looks pretty easy. So we'll just do probably one out from the wall. These here, I got this off that nether portal, I guess. Yeah, that one over there, the building, is where I got that at. So easy to get. Go ahead and grab that. And I think we said we needed 6 for the quest, but I think we only need 5 for the multi-block. But anyway, that is the first level. Let's go to the second one. Now it wants normal fluid input. Oh, the fluid input's on that side? Are you serious? Why does the fluid input have to be on that side? That kind of makes me want to kind of switch everything, which I might. Because if I have the fluid input over here, I can pull the water right into the machine, right? And then I'll just flop this RAM. It's going to be what I do. But anyway, let's go ahead and set this up again, I guess. So it'll end up something like this here, right? Then we'll have this torch out of here. And then we'll go ahead and pop that right there. So that'll handle that part of it. Then the second floor was fluid input hatch. I wonder if water will just end up into this by default. Actually, it may. I'm curious. Now? Because if it just ends up in here, that works out. Maybe I could just do something like this. Is that fluid gonna end up in there? Yeah, I don't even need this. I'll do a second setup. Can we actually make those pumps? Like, we got that pump for free. Is that one of those things we can't make? Yeah, maybe I'll make a second pump. That may be a better setup. Yeah, I like that. That's way more tidy, isn't it? Way more simple. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. I'll do a big water setup in a bit. But, yeah, that works. Cool. Anyway, I did not think of that at all till right now. So let's go to the second floor again. Normal item input and output. So we need the normal item, normal item. These blocks too are all simple. So just like a modularium and then like a chest. And this one's probably a hopper, right? So they're not hard to make. It's just a matter of getting the modularium, which was the constant in the destabilized redstone. So yeah, that is not a big deal. So that's good there. Then the center box were machine controller. Oh, I didn't grab the controller. Let's go get the controller real quick. We're going to have to power this too using Ember. So that's going to be one thing we haven't done yet. And probably the only thing from base Ember I'm actually going to use. So that is something. So that's good there. Cool. Let's go ahead and pop this on there. This is the, well, main block. It'll be the one that actually recognizes that the multi-block's complete, right? So kind of need that. Then I think it was just 2 of them. And then on the top, I believe it is a Ember heat lamp right here. Then I think it's this huge Ember input on the back right corner, if I remember correctly. Right there. And then I'm not sure what else. So let's take a look. Looks like it's all just the Camonite bricks. So let's go ahead and just pop them on. That there, and that there. Now, it says structure found, Ember ore factory. So it's already recognizing it. You can also put this in here, and that just tells you the blueprint. It tells it what to look for, but you don't need it. It's not necessary, but I'm just going to leave it in there so it has a place. So that's a thing. And it's saying it's missing a input item. The input item would be the actual thing we want to process, right? So let's actually grab some like gravel or something. So let's grab, we have some gravel there. Yeah, that's enough to start, just to see if it's working. So it's going to want that. So we'll just kind of pop that right in there. Now it should say it has the item. So it says the item now. Now it's telling us we don't have Ember. Now Ember is actually pretty easy to set up. We're going to need a receptor. We're going to need a, see here, an Ember emitter. This was one of the quests. I had to craft this thing, so it's not a big deal. Need a Ember activator, and we'll probably need a hopper as well, actually. So let's actually go grab one of them. And we'll need one more lever, I think, and then we're pretty much good to go. So anyway, let's go grab one of you. That's cool. Maybe one of you as well. That'll handle our lever needs. I guess we already had the cobblestone on us. That's good. And I also said a hopper, right? So let's go hopper. Sweet. And, oh, not an upper. That's the opposite of what I need. Let's get ourselves, why do I keep going to that? There we go. We got ourselves a hopper. And maybe a chest as well, because why not? There we go. That looks good. And that looks good. We'll also need some Ember, but we have a whole bunch of that, actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and just grab a little bit. Sweet. And get this going, man. So this machine is a little different. Totally different. Probably not used to it, seeing stuff like this, but is very custom for the pack. And pretty cool that they can do stuff like that. We also need a Ember receptor. So I'm going to take that. Pop that on this block. This is where the Ember is going to go in, so we need that. The actual activator, probably like pop right here. Oh, that's the wrong one. I need the this one first. This is the Ember activator, so this is that. Then we're going to need a Ember emitter. We'll pop that on top. Then we're going to go ahead and grab a hopper. Probably pump right into the side of it like this. And then we're pretty much set up here. We'll need a lever on that. And what else do we need? Anything? It doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and grab a chest, maybe. Pop you there. Probably throw down like a brick just so I can step up here in case I need to. There we go. And we just need to get this thing linked up. So we'll take some Ember. We'll pop that in here. You notice that the numbers like going down. It's actually feeding into the machine. And actually it's going to start burning. So it's actually kind of lit up. It's being turned into like Ember power. And all you have to do is grab this Tinker's Hammer. So this is one of the ones from the quest there. Really easy to make. And I believe you shift right click on the receptor, right? And then right click on the emitter, right? I think. Oh, maybe I can't hit it from here. Ah, there we go. And it should start shooting it over there. Oh, is this in the way? Uh-oh. I don't know if this is working. Let's go see, man. Let's get this out of here. Sweet. Is this getting power? No, it's not. So it's not. It's getting blocked by something, I think. That's unfortunate. I may have to change how this is set up. Yeah. Maybe we'll do something like this. Let's do that. There we go. Then we'll go ahead and pump the emitter this way instead. Shift right click and right click to see if it starts shooting out of it. Oh, it needs a lever as well. Oh, did I just not have a lever on that? Was that the problem? I never turned the lever on? I mean, it doesn't matter either way. Let's do that. There we go. I think it's hitting it. And let's see if it's turning on. You can see there the progress is going up. And in the output hatch, we're starting to get stuff out of it, which is exactly what we want. So that is really cool. And we can automatically pull the items out of there too. So let's go grab maybe 2 chests. And yeah, just have this done, man. And I'll process a whole bunch of stuff here really quickly because it's going to be really easy to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab 2 chests. That looks good. These potions, let's get them out of our inventory. Let's start off with some. How much gravel we got? Tons of gravel. So we'll go with gravel first. There we go. And maybe 2 more chests, actually. Let's do chest here. This looks good. This is actually a good idea. Let's go grab a chest. Actually, we have some in here, right? Maybe 2 more chests and then 1 more hopper. Because we can automatically feed the machine as well. So we might as well get that done at the same time, right? Anyway, I notice my inventory gets so jammed up in this back. It's just like constantly filled with stuff. And there's nothing I can really do about it. Anyway, I should be able to do like this, right? Then possibly pop that up there. Throw in the actual gravel, right? So that's good. Then I'll go into this buddy that right here, maybe. Grab ourselves a item extractor. And then we'll need a item pipe. Sweet. I guess we'll need 1 more thingy too. Thingy meaning... what is the thingy that I want right now? I'm actually going to break this because we don't need to get back there anymore either. Anyway, let's do that. Pop out there. Actually, 2. One thing I didn't mention about these pipes, they don't like just extractors, so you need like an extractor then a pipe. They're a little weird like that. So this isn't going to work out. So I'm going to go like that. Maybe like that there. Can I have my chest back, buddy? That'd be great. And we'll break that. I keep losing those, but I mean, we can find them pretty easy. Let's do this instead. Sweet. Why are they not being picked up? That's a little dorky. Either way. So let's go ahead and grab a item extractor. And then a pipe. So basically it just needs a space between the extraction pipe and then the regular pipe for it to work properly. Sometimes it'll work, but sometimes it won't. I guess the majority of the time I find it doesn't actually work properly unless you have that pipe there. Anyway, we should be able to just go like this, right? There you go. It's going to start pulling the items automatically out. And now it's just automatically processing all that stuff. It is actually going pretty fast. Really fast, actually. Cool. Look at that, man. You already got a stack of iron. Just like that. Without even trying. I can just process all this stuff like relatively quick. Where it took me a lot of time before. This was very manual with the actual sluice. And now we have a machine to do it for us. So that is all around amazing. Let's go ahead and grab some of that. Maybe a couple of sand as well. Maybe some dirt. That looks good. And then, yeah, just toss this stuff in here. Get it all processed. And the next thing we'll have to work towards at some point is some ore doubling. Because once we have ore doubling, we're pretty much set up. So I went ahead and let this run for about 10 minutes while I was doing some crafting. I was crafting up the components for another multi-block. It's a generator, RF generator, that uses Ember. So I have that kind of all crafted up. And we're going to get to that. But in 10 minutes, this thing went through a ton of gravel, sand, and dirt. And produced all these resources. So it's actually producing really well. It was slowed down a little bit by this hopper. But really, I only need a little piping, and then, yeah, it'll just go faster. Basically, I think it does like 8 per cycle. So it needs 8 blocks of there, of say, sand to be able to process it. So a little weird how it works, but at the same time, faster input, it worked fine. So really cool. Anyway, like I said, I did some crafting. So crafting was for the generator. It is this quest line down here. It's all stuff I've already done, except for, I guess, this here. So I haven't had to do these transformers before. They're from Immersive. But it's just terracotta as silver gear. That was the whole new thing. And these ones down here, I think, LV wire connectors and LV wire coils. So again, just pretty basic stuff. There's not really big deal there, right? So just some copper and copper. So good to go either way. And I think this was terracotta. Yeah, that's all it was. So anyway, got that done. Got it all ready. And we're going to produce power with this thing. One thing I learned too, and I didn't know this before with these shards, if you combine them. So I had to make 16 of the bigger crystals. It takes the smaller ones with purified water. And apparently you actually get a bonus in Ember if you combine them. I just always use the smaller ones. Apparently I was wasting it. 200 Ember value, but 9 of them should only be 1800. You get 24 out of these bigger ones. These ones here, that should actually say cluster, not cluster. But the clusters we should be getting from the machine downstairs, the Ember board that we set up earlier. But anyway, we're going to try this thing out. And there was one trick with it too. It actually said on the transformers. It says the transformers aren't shown in the diagram, but they have to go on the top of the of each side of it. So seems pretty straightforward either way. So it looks like one will go here and one will go here, right? But anyway, that is the power. I may set this one up backwards too, just so I have easier access to our water. Get out of my way, buddy. Go ahead and grab that. Do that. This was new too, but that was just a conductance coil, right? And, they're super easy. Anyway, let's go ahead and hunt down what we need. We'll need a machine controller. Then I can't remember. Obviously, the water goes on this side because I want to put it this way. And then the energy on that side. It looks like that up there. And what else do we actually need to form the multi-block? It should actually tell us, right? So if we go into here, it should tell us exactly what we need. It needs the actual Ember receptor. So I should actually grab one of them. He actually gave me 2 of those in the quest reward. I guess I'm going to want that up there. And then it said the transformers on each side. I did it this way, so I'm actually going to place them this way. I don't know if they're faced in any way. I don't think they are. And structure found, Ember energy generator. So this is apparently the block here. This is what it looks like. A little strange. But I think all we have to do is pump Ember into this. So I had to make another activator here. But I'll just pump that down there. I'll need a hopper. We'll probably just use the hopper for now. Sweet. Take that, pop that on the side. Then we will need a emitter, right? So let's grab the emitter, pop that up there. And this time we know that I just set it up wrong last time. So it should just work by default. So that's cool. Go ahead, take you, pop you down. I needed something out of this, right? Oh, my Tinker's hammer. It's actually on me, so that's cool. Should be able to link these up. So shift right click. And let's go to the other side there. So we can actually target it. Right click. So that should be linked up. We'll turn that on. And if I throw Ember in this now, we'll actually kind of feed this machine. That's what I'm curious. So just to make sure it actually travels, right? There you go. So it's going in there. Next thing I think we need to do is actually pump water in here. It says if you use purified water, you'll double your power output. But I don't have a setup for that yet. So maybe we'll do that later on. If we stay on this power for a kind of period. But right now, I'm not sure. Why is there water floating up above there? Is this tank full or something and it's like totally derping? It's like it thinks the tank is bigger. I have no idea what's going on. We'll pretend that's normal. Anyway, let's do that. I also did this here. I just made another one of them. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab you. See if we can actually get some liquid in here. Cool. And do I have a stone and a stick? Because that'd be great if we had a lever. Here we go. That's the only thing about this mod, man. You always need your levers. Well, let's use that. And then extract some water. We're getting water into the tank. And I guess I need to be able to see the front of it and see if we're actually getting power in it. Oh, this thing is janky. The way I have it set up here. Because it'll make a little more sense later on. Anyway, let's do that. Should be able to get over now. Check out this. And it looks like it's producing power. But how do I get the power out? 0 flux. Oh, there we go. So it says the power there. It's actually produced 51,200 just from that one piece of Ember we put in there. So it's definitely working. So let's actually get this out of here for a second. Go. So we know where we can actually check the power, I guess. Let's do that. Is that the wrong cable? Yeah, that is not fluid pipe. So the last thing we need to do here is actually just pull power out of this thing. And that should be easy. I did have to go grab my engineer's hammer. Because I remembered that this needs this sometimes. So anyway, let's go and just find a spot. I probably won't keep this here forever, but I just want to test it, right? So we can set the side of this thing, I think, by hitting it with a hammer, right? So just like right click. I think that's output. That's nothing. And that's input. So that's how that works. You have to have some of these LV wire connectors, which are actually pretty cheap. So they're not too big a deal. We grab one there, plop it there. That's good. Grab yourself a LV wire coil. Just right click on one end and then the other end. And this should start getting power, I think. So let's see. Oh, we can actually look right at it. So it's filling it right up. right up, no problem. Wow, that actually took no time to fill that up. And that was just like one crystal, right? That's one of these. These were the junky shards, I think, right? I think that's all I put in there. I'm not sure. Oops, let's not do that. So it's getting the power, it's producing, and it's working. So we have a power system of some sort, which is pretty awesome. We have that one machine here. What was the machine we have? Oh, the one that actually charges our vehicle, right? Yeah, this thing. Can we actually get power into this really easy now? Maybe I'll power that directly right now. Then we'll make some relays, I guess, tomorrow and start powering some other machines because that is kind of how that works there. Yeah, this works. Maybe I could do this too, actually. Can I directly output power out of these? I'm not sure if that works. Can I just go like that? Yes, I can. Awesome. So I can start recharging our batteries for our vehicles and stuff and recharging things because before we couldn't recharge anything. But I think I'm going to go ahead and actually wrap this one up here because my throat is killing me and I'm feeling really derpy. So as always, guys, like this episode, please hit that like button. If you really like this episode, please hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. We guys all have a good one. See you guys next video. Later.